Col John Shirras.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed for your invitation to speak to the forum today and for your kind hospitality. I'm a British Army officer, but I work the NATO headquarters in Brunsum, which is the NATO headquarters directly responsible for the ISAF mission in Afghanistan, and I hope this afternoon, if possible, to bring some of the military realities of the campaign to the discussion. I was engaged in training last week with British forces who were preparing to deploy to Afghanistan, and of course it struck me that their collective age is no different to that of this audience. So in military terms, this isn't a young audience, it's an audience, and the vast majority of the military campaign in Afghanistan is being conducted by people like yourselves, it's not a campaign of old men, it's a campaign of young people. And secondly, I think it's entirely appropriate that this discussion began with the contribution from Kabul. This is all about the people of Afghanistan, and if we're going to have a panel discussion on the challenges for the alliance in Afghanistan and the region, you could have no better summary than that given by Fawzia Kufi. So thank you very much. This is, as has been decided, I'd like to pick up now really on a couple of themes that have been mentioned already. This is a critical year for the campaign in Afghanistan. We have elections, presidential and provincial elections, which are the focus for activities. I think NATO's view of this coming year is cautious but positive. We've got a considerable increase in the number of forces ISAF will have available to it, an additional 17,000 troops by July this year, a growing and more capable Afghan army and Afghan National Police Force, considerably enhanced liaison with the military forces of Pakistan, which are making a significant difference to the security of the Afghan border, and the rollout of a number of very important government programs as well. I'd like to pick up really on a word that was used much in the first discussion this morning, which is integration. The ISAF mission is being conducted as an integrated approach, taking the word really in a different sense. Integration means understanding that while we are responsible for the prosecution of principally of a security campaign, of course we must work together with all the key partners in Afghanistan, the government of Afghanistan and the people of Afghanistan, the United Nations in the form of UNAMA, and the representatives of the international community to ensure that we meet the campaign requirements. The Afghan National Development Strategy, which is the guiding document for the future of Afghanistan, has three pillars: security, governance and reconstruction and development. And all of ISAF's activities are aligned with those three pillars. And by an integrated approach, what we mean is bringing activity across those three lines of operation together. What that means practically on the ground is joint planning with the various key partners I described, attention to those parts of Afghanistan where all the key actors can agree that they can achieve something materially, and a gathering of a profiling of the districts of Afghanistan, much better understanding of what's required from us and from other key actors in order to achieve what we want to. And finally, on the issue of integration, as I've already mentioned, a very successful tripartite process between ISAF, the security forces of Afghanistan and the Pakistan military to ensure we have coordinated activity over what is one of the longest, most difficult borders in the world. As we look to the future, I think we are cautious but positive about what's coming, and I think to broaden the discussion beyond simply operations in Afghanistan, Afghanistan as a NATO mission is leading our understanding of what transformation for NATO means. ISAF is setting the standard for what the various military contributions of NATO nations will look like for future operations. Thank you very much.